Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This part of the presentation describes the Haneya Goldfield solution. It is a IP of VisionSoft Goldfield solution. Goldfield solution describes about migrating from either public cloud to the private cloud, RISE with SAP, or vice versa. It also describes the migration from S/4HANA lower versions like 1809, 1709, 2020, and so on and so forth, to the latest version, 2023. What is so unique about Goldfield solution is that it has the capability for the clients who are on the public cloud, if they've grown, scaled up, then it can take them to the RISE with SAP, which is much more broader and scale application. Or there are clients when RISE with SAP, they do not need all the functionalities, all the bells and whistles. Haneya can help them to take it to the public cloud. As well as there are clients that are asking for lower versions of SAP S/4HANA. They would like to migrate and upgrade it to the latest version, 2023 or 2025. It does that migration as well. So as you see on the left-hand side, you have public cloud by business processes, finance, supply chain, EAM, etc. So it starts with cleansing some of the data in the public cloud, conducting the discovery, doing some fit to standard process configurations, process mapping to make sure that the target version process or fit into the business process, as well as the Fiori applications that will do the assessment, security roles, etc. Then as we are ready, we use the SUM process, software upgrade manager, to upgrade the public cloud system into RISE with SAP, private cloud, right side, along with the Haneya, which will take all the data configuration, custom code, Fiori apps, everything. It will move that into RISE with SAP, private cloud. And once soon it moves all that data, it also has the capabilities of data archiving. It can archive some of the data actually before it moves it from public cloud to the private cloud, so that the storage footprint is optimized. So soon the data is moved, config is moved, custom code is moved, as well as the RISEFs configurations. Then it will do the remediation of that custom code to align with the latest version, honify and remediate all the Z code and Y code. It also takes all the Fiori applications, remediates Fiori applications, replaces any Fiori app that has been obsolete with a new application that is going to be in use in 2023, and assign it to the various security roles and the end users. Those applications are assigned to the end users, so they have the day in the life business process access to conduct the business transactions. It has a capability of CDS views replacement. The number of CDS views are replaced between the versions, and also public cloud to the RISE. It has a capability of replacing the functional modules, which became obsolete in the newer versions of S/4HANA. It will replace, and also the programming to update the new functional modules. It does the data mapping and transformation. Finally, it has the test automation capabilities. It identifies which business scenarios have been impacted because of this upgrade, and it will automatically test it. And addresses the integration with the SAP and non-SAP systems, success factors, Ariba, so on and so forth, so that they're all in sync with the upgrade. As we upgrade, some of those connections may be lost. So Haneya will identify it and make sure that the connections are reset so that the data flows smoothly from S/4HANA into the SAP and non-SAP ecosystem. So what is the value behind the Goldfield solution? It has about 40 to 50% effort, cost, and time reduction. It rapidly deploys the new version of S/4HANA or RISE from the public with the automated process. It has all the Fiori applications remediate, make sure they're all working. They're all replaced with the new ones. It has the custom code remediation. It has the process remediation along with the data mappings and transformations. And finally, test automation is what speeds up the whole process, along with the functional integrated testing, with, as I mentioned, with the success factors, Ariba, GTS, so on and so forth. And it offers the zero downtime deployment. So that's the high-level architecture and high-level description of Goldfield solution. Now we're going to the system, and we'll see how this works. So this is the Haneya tool, as you can see, and it has multiple functional capabilities. One of the capability is the migration from the S/4HANA 1709 to 2021, 2023. As you can see, there are multiple versions. Today we'll use the example of upgrading from 2021 to 2023. And as you can see here, it can conduct some discovery and assessment in the lower version or the public cloud system. And then it does the technical code remediation, CDS views, as I spoke about, process remediation, Fiori apps remediation, testing automation, as well as the zero downtime. So we'll show you one by one the number of reports it produces. Let's start with the discovery reports in the 2021 system. As you can see here, there will be a number of syntaxes, function modules, CDS views that became obsolete in the lower versions as we go to the higher versions. That's what I'm going to show you. So this is for the all the syntaxes, all the technical incompatibilities. As you can see here, it will identify all the programs where the obsolete statements are used on the left-hand side, and right-hand side is the statements you can replace with, and it does it automatically. We'll show you that as well. So the next one is function modules to identify what has become obsolete with lower version and higher versions, or from public cloud to private cloud. As you see here, there are function modules that became obsolete in the lower version, and then they're replaced with the new modules, as you can see here. Download is the function module that became obsolete, replaced with the CL_GUI front-end services. CDS views, as I mentioned, the number of CDS views became the obsolete. So therefore, Haneya will identify them and replace those CDS views, as you can see, or actual tables. Some of the actual tables also, like MARC table, is obsolete. It will replace with the CDS view, as you can see there. The number of transaction codes from S4 to S4 also obsolete, but in S4 to S4, this transaction codes are very minimal, the changes. So, but it will identify, as you can see, anything that's become obsolete, it will replace with the new transaction. Now let's show the Fiori applications. Those have become obsolete and then need to be replaced. So as you can see here, Fiori applications, execute please. So there's a deprecated Fiori apps report, as you can see. Number of Fiori apps have been deprecated, replaced with the successor apps. There are about 300 or 400 applications, by the way, Fiori apps. So Haneya will identify all of those and then replace with a successor app. And also it will assign to that role and user ID I just spoke about, so that the end user have access to conduct the business transactions. Okay, execute. So as you can see here, the Fiori app ID on the left-hand side, replaced with the successor app ID, and then it will be assigned to the role on the right-hand side. The roles are assigned here, as you can see, and with the business catalog names, so that the end user have access to, in the new S4 version, access to run these Fiori apps, the successor apps, to conduct their business transactions. We'll show you now the process configuration cockpit, how it maintains the processes. Process remediation, yeah. So this is the fit to standard assessment. It carries out fit to standard, identifies all the business processes going to port into the newer version of S4 or from public cloud to private cloud. Also, it will tell you that if there is something newly introduced, it'll tell you that that's mandatory required for in the latest version of S4. So it gives us the fit to standard assessment report, and then we can go into process cockpit, process remediation cockpit, and we can maintain all the Delta configurations. Automatically, Haneya will maintain. The screens will show up something like this. Then you can maintain the configuration that came from the public cloud into private cloud, make it compatible with private cloud, as well as from lower versions to the latest versions. You can maintain all that configuration. With that, we'll move on to so this is and then we have test automation. We'll show you that. So Haneya will identify all the business processes that have been impacted. There are about 50 or 60 scenarios, but it will identify what has been impacted in the order to cash, source to pay, P2D, plan to deploy, manufacturing scenarios, RTR, record to report, enterprise asset management, enterprise health and safety management, project and portfolio management, as you can see. And it will run the automation to see whether all the functionalities are working in the newer version. Any of the business process we can execute here, and there will be test output, test results, incidents, and that will complete the test automation process. We also have zero downtime, and we go from the public cloud to private cloud, so that the public cloud system runs all the way to the end of the time frame, end of the conversion process of the midnight, and then we do the conversion, the Delta transactions, the midnight, and then go live. There are a bunch of deltas we bring in, various business processes, as you can see, order to cash, STOs, intercompany, so on and so forth. Those will be utilized to build the deltas in the new system, and then we go live with zero downtime with no impact to the business teams. So that concludes the Goldfield solution. Any questions from the audience here?